Hello and very good evening to one and all, to respected sir and my dear candidates who are all preparing for coming competitive exams. I'm Tanya Singh and currently I've completed my Masters in Defense and Strategical Studies. I'm from Jodhpur, Rajasthan, and I would like to thank Colonel Johnny and Colonel Chako sir for giving me this opportunity to share my experience of AFCAT preparation with you all here in this evening. So yes, finally the day came when I was uh, able to make the exam clear, and it is something that I cannot just explain in the words. The happiness or the motivation which I got when I cleared my AFCAT of Cycle 2 2020. So yes, I am here with you all to share what was my planning strategy and how I prepared for my AFCAT. So first of all, we need to understand that basically what is AFCAT. So AFCAT is an exam which the Indian Air Force conduct for inducting the officers in the flying and the ground duties, basically. We need to understand that the exam is being conducted in twice a year, one in the month of January or February, and second is the month of August. So here we get to know that in what months the exam has been conducted. Now let us move to the marking system or the syllabus. First, I would like to cover with the syllabus. We have four things in this preparation of the AFCAT. The four major parts, which it includes the mathematics, English, GK, and reasoning. So, means if we start preparing with the syllabus, which is very precise, but sometimes we actually think that this is the very long syllabus and we just cannot cover it. But I must say, believe me, I have studied for days and night for this exam. I won't deny, but definitely the smart work has played a very major role in clearing my this exam. And yes, I am here with you all to just take up with my plan, and I'm sure you will also be able to make it. So there are four major portions, as I told you: mathematics, GK, reasoning, and English. It includes the marks, which is 300 marks. The exam is of 300 marks. The timing of the paper is 2 hours for 100 questions. Every question takes the 3 marks. I'm so sorry, actually I live near to the Airforce station, so there's a flying. Sorry for the interruption. Yes. So for every correct answer you will be awarded with 3 marks, and for every incorrect answer the 1 marks will be deducted. So there's a negative marking of 1 marks. We need to understand this very clearly first. Now let us come to the syllabus. So for mathematics, we have to study the arithmetic portion of mathematics. Now let me explain you the arithmetic and the advanced portion. There are 2 portions in the mathematics which generally been asked in the examination, the competitive exams. Arithmetic mathematics, the basic mathematics up to the 10th level. The basic mathematics, which includes the ratio, proportion, pi, pencil, percentage, simple interest, compound interest, average, these all. But if we move towards the advanced portion of the mathematics, it includes the surface area, volume, geometry, trigonometry, which has not been asked in the AFCAT exam. So we need not to worry at all about the advanced mathematics. We have to consider the arithmetic portion of the mathematics, and yes, that is the thing which you need to grab the formulas and do a lot of practice about the mathematics. If you need to master those all, there are hardly 9 to 10 topics which we need to cover in the mathematics. And yes, any person on this earth can do it, because I myself is not good in mathematics, but yet I was able to make it. Then anyone can make it, I must assure you this, in mathematics. Let us move towards the syllabus of the English. To be very precise, For the English, I have not made any extra preparation. It was just the preparation which I have done from the previous year papers and giving the mock test. I must say, a lot of mock tests I have given, and for that I have done the preparation. So now let us understand the pattern of the exam. There are as I've told you, for the English, I have not done any other preparation. Just I have studied the previous year papers and give a lot of mock test. There are the 18 questions for mathematics and 25 questions for English out of 100. Let us move to the syllabus of the GK. As everyone says, it's a very vast syllabus. Yes, of course, it's a vast syllabus. But again, the smart works plays a very, very major role in this. Because why I'm saying that a smart work, because hard work, any person in this world can do a hard work, but very counted peoples can do the smart work. The smart work is something which gives you the maximum output with the minimum input. Yes, of course, it can be done. In the GK, we have to cover a lot of aspects, but for which we have to understand, again I'm saying, the pattern of the paper. Just go through the previous year papers of the AFCAT, which is very, very necessary. Why I'm saying this? Because if we go through the previous year papers, we will understand that how many questions have been asked from the history, how many questions has been asking from geography, from the polity, and from the journal science, or from the current affairs. Like you all, I was also afraid of that. Current affairs are such lot that how one can prepare for so many current affairs is such lot current affairs. But yet again, if you go through the pattern, you will understand that AFCAT ask very precise questions regarding the current affair, which includes the sports, which includes any bilateral exercise which is currently going on, any new procurement which has been done in the armed forces, whether it is army, air force, or navy. So these are very precise things which we need to understand when we look for the AFCAT preparation. When we move towards the geography section, we have to just have a holistic view of the geography. Not like CDS, we don't have to go into depth and do the depth study, because AFCAT asks a one-liner questions. Those one-liner questions are something which we need to understand, that we have to have a holistic, the surface view of the things, not very precise in the down view. So I hope I can make myself very clear to you, because candidates like us, they don't understand the pattern and they start preparing, which leads to a drastic destruction, I must say. Because this is the third time I'm appearing for the AFCAT exam. I was not able to clear in my second attempt. This is my third attempt and I'm able to clear it. So for those two attempts, I was gaining the experience that yes, what exactly they are demanding. So that is the one thing which we need to understand, that what they are demanding, and that is the only thing which we need to give them. So yes, for the geography, for the history, for the polity, you can have a very surface view of these three subjects. You need not to go in the depth and have to study a lot about rivers or geopolitics or geostrategies or geography, topography. These all you need not to consider about, particularly for the AFCAT. Just you have to focus on what I'm telling you for the geography is like which state having the international boundaries or the national boundaries. What all international boundaries do we share with the neighboring countries? The name of those international boundaries. Then, if anyone will be getting a small booklet of these all three subjects, I think that is more than sufficient for covering this geography portion. I must suggest you that you can go with the Lucent GK book of the Lucent, the journal awareness or the journals, yes, journal knowledge book of the Lucent, which is extremely very good. I must say that I have engulfed that book to get into this exam. And definitely you must read that book. It is having very good knowledge in it, a very good material in it. Basically, we, for any competitive exam, what we do is we have to minimize our resources. As everyone says, I'm also saying the same. We have to minimize our resources. Why to minimize the resources? Because we have to revise it at least twice or thrice, especially in the GK. Let us move to the history portion. If we move towards the history portion, I can assure you all that the most important part in the history which we need to cover is just the medieval history and some of the I can say modern history, but not lot. But not lot. I was like I was preparing the whole the ancient history, medieval history, modern history, but no. Once you go to the pattern of the paper, you will understand that in the AFCAT, they ask you very simple and very precisely the medieval era, which is, I must say, Mughal era. I must precisely say that's the Mughal era. We need to cover up that particular portion. A very, I must say, very, very, very smoothly and twice, thrice, as many as time you can do it. Just do it, because they're just gonna ask you, I think, two or three questions among the 25 questions of the GK. They must ask you from the Mughal era. I can assure you this thing. If you go to the previous year of papers, you will definitely get to know this, that how important is the Mughal era for the AFCAT perspective. Let us move to the polity. Again, polity is a vast subject itself, and we need to get again a holistic view of that subject. In the Lucent GK book, you will get all you want, either in the precise or in the depth also. If you need to study in the depth, you can go. But I must suggest that it's just a wastage of time if you are looking for for AFCAT. You just have to have a holistic view that what is our constitution, how many articles do we have, how many parts we have, how many schedules we have, and what all I must say that the commissions which have just came for the panchayat, for the Supreme Court, like as we know that our constitution is divided into three major parts, that is the judiciary, executive, and the I must say legislature. Yes, executive, legislation, judiciary. So we need to get these things during the AFCAT preparation. A very, very surface view, as I always, I just said that. It's just a surface view which we need to get. So this was about the journal knowledge. Let us move to the science portion. Again, up to 10th, you have to cover up to 10th, the science of the 10th standard, up to 10th standard. You need to cover with it. Current affair, again, there are just small portions like bilateral exercises, some international relations, some sports personality, and sports news. AFCA generally focus on the sports news much, as not like CDS. It doesn't goes into in depth or something like the government schemes. It don't ask you the government schemes. It just ask you that the sports which is currently like going on, like something, some international tournaments, like where it happened first, where it is in this year or in the next coming years. That's it. That is the GK you need to cover up. Let us move to the one of the major portion, I must say, of the AFCAT exam is the reasoning. You cannot ever, I can suggest, you cannot ever clear your AFCAT without doing reasoning, which is very important thing for clearing the AFCAT. But in the reasoning, we only have 5 topics. The only 5 topics we need to cover up for the AFCAT point of view for the reasoning, which includes the analogy, the picture series, the I must say the completion of the figure, find the embedded figure. Like this, these are the only very precise topics for the AFCAT reasoning. Don't you go on here and there and find a reasoning book and doing it. I must suggest you that you should have the previous papers is your granth, I must say. This will help you a lot in clearing your exam. Without them you will not be able to understand pattern, and if you won't be able to understand a pattern, you won't be able to uh, get what exactly they are asking for. And if you are not able to understand that what they are asking for, you will not be able to give them what they are asking you for. So I must say that you should have to understand the chain which is actually going on. So yes, for the reasoning you have to go through the previous years. And I must say that it is something which played a very important role, giving the mock test, which will definitely help you to maintain your time, because competitive exam is something just about time, maintaining time duration. In what time you can do your one portion, like mathematics, in how many time you was able to complete your reasoning. As for reasoning, there are 32 questions out of 100. Once again, I'll explain you. There are 18 questions from mathematics, 25 to 20, 23 to 25 questions of English, 25 questions of GK, and 32 questions of uh, these. What I can say is reasoning. Yes, reasoning. So you can understand, like 32 questions for the reasoning are lot, because if you go through the last previous year's cutoffs, it's between the 150 to 155. This time the cutoff was 155. So there, like 90 or 90 to 100 marks, 95 to 100 marks you can cover up easily, just with reasoning. So you can understand, like three-fourth of the cutoff you can just get it clear with your reasoning. So how important is reasoning for the AFCAT, you can understand this. Now let me just cover up with the preparation, that how we can do it. It isn't just in 2 months. So yeah, 2 months are more than enough. What you need to do is, as I said, you go to the previous year papers and give lots of mock tests. You can have an academy, you can have grade up, you can have defense mania from the YouTube. These are three channels which I preferred personally for the mock test at the and try and make the gap of 15 days when you start doing your mock test. like like I was the one that I gave like 2 to 3 mock tests in a day. So if you cannot able to give 2 or 3 mock tests, I must suggest you that in a day you should give a one mock test, and then you can analyze your performance on the basis of that mock test. That where are you actually standing while preparing? So that is the one of the major thing which you need to consider while preparation. That is the one of the major thing. You must do it. And last but not the least is the believe in you, that yes, you can make it, because that is a thing which every candidate must have in himself or herself. Like me, when I was not able to think, or I was overloaded with the preparation, I just used to plug my ears with the earphone, and I used to listen the song, which is one of my favorite song, I must say, that we are the soldiers, we are the one who will never be broken, we are the soldiers. So yes, like NCC has just taught me that in every situation you just need to get up and do your best. And yes, I did my best and I got the best. So yes, until and unless you will not be putting your hard work plus smart work, you won't be able to make it any of the competitive exam. So if you have to make it, you are really enthusiastic to make the exam, to make exam clear. You must be very well planned with your strategy. And yes, as like Colonel Johnny sir has told, that believe in God, who is, like for the he is the sole hope for the mankind. Like without God, we are just nothing. He's a light for us. Believe in him, do your hard work, and you will get what you dream for. And yes, like me, I was visualizing, I was imagining myself that when I will wear uniform, how I will look. So every night before I go sleep for sleep, I used to imagine. Still, I'm imagining the same. So yes, how I will look. Am I looking smart in uniform? Or once, yes, even Lieutenant Colonel Chaco sir has told me that once you can imagine yourself in that uniform, yes, you're almost there. You're almost there. You're definitely gonna play a very major role if you start imagining yourself as part of the organization. So it makes you responsible. It make you a better organized person. It makes you better human being, definitely. And at the end, I would like to boost you up with some of the lines which I used to sing at the time of my preparation in the night or day. तू ना थकेगा कभी, तू ना रुकेगा कभी, तू ना मुड़ेगा कभी, कर शपथ, कर शपथ, कर शपथ, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ. These are some of the lines which was written by the most prominent poet, Harivansh Rai Bachchan. And yes, it boosted my morale, and I hope that it will boost your morale too. Once again, I would like to thank Colonel Johnny and Colonel Chaco sir for giving me this opportunity so that I can come in front of you and just share you some of my small tricks that how I was able to clear my exam. Thank you a lot. Have a nice day. Jai Hind.